bigots. All right. Let me tell you what the typical bigot conversation is. Oh yeah, we're back. We're back. Hey, a little under the weather, so my voice sounds a little messed up. That's the reason why. And that's the reason why I've been putting too much content out. But I thought this was interesting. And usually I don't address a lot of the controversy in hip hop. And there's a lot of hate on Eminem. And, a lot of it's just hate, period. Whether you think Eminem is a GOAT or not, the GOAT or a GOAT, I mean, that's your opinion. Everybody has, a right to their own opinion. But some of this stuff is just totally nonsense. Like, for instance, let's just get into this little clip right here and see a little bit about what this guy's talking about.
The business of protecting the sacredness, authenticity, and integrity of African culture. I said that no non-African can ever be the best of anything in African culture. You can't be the best cook of African food. You can't be the best rapper of African hip hop. You can't be the best singer. You can't be the best priest of African culture. Nothing we create can a non-African be the best at. First of all, it makes absolutely no sense at all. I don't even see how an African can come to the conclusion that a non-African can be the best at anything when we are the oldest people. We are the first people.
See, this is the thing. Then he went into the oldest people, So they're responsible for everything? Everything? Since they're the oldest people? The iPhone wasn't created by a white dude? Listen, guys. For him to say that simply because of your skin color or nationality, you can't be the greatest at whatever it is, right? So he gets into talking about hip hop, African hip hop culture. No. There's a lot in hip hop culture. It's not just rap. There's dancing. There's break dancing. There's let's go back to Beat Street, the king of the beat. See me rocking that shit. Way back in the day when breaking came out. And Beat Street, they were doing these hip hop murals. Okay? For instance, a white guy couldn't be the best at creating those murals. Just because he's white. He can't never be the best. No matter what. No matter if he is absolutely the best at it. He can never be the GOAT of those tagging murals. A white guy can't be a GOAT at breakdancing. So just because he's white, and he was put in a room with all the greatest breakdancers in the world, and they battled, and he became victorious. We have to close our eyes. He can't be the GOAT to that. Even if it stood till today, he couldn't be considered a GOAT just because he's white. This is all hip hop, guys. African culture, but it's dancing, right? So if we went back and searched the oldest breakdancing, let's see. I don't know. Would you consider that hip hop? I'm pretty sure they weren't hip hop singers. This is back in 1964. So, and we can go back, you know, I mean,
Gee, aren't you happy, Eddie?
Want to see how much? That much.
wow. And what year was that? 1933. So, breakdancing, you know, it's dancing. Okay? Listen, I'm gonna get away from that. Let's get into rap itself. Okay, rap is a part of hip hop. You know, Rapper's Delight was known to be the first hip hop song, 1979, I believe. And you know, hip hop culture. But what is rap? Rap is actually rhyming words over music. It's what it is, right? Poetry over music, rhyming words over music. You think that back in 1979 is the first time that ever happened? All right, let's go to a little bit of country music right here. Charlie Daniels Band. Most people know it. Devil Went Down to Georgia.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind 'cause he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across,
I think you get where I'm going with this. Let's go to Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash. I wrote the date there. 1969. 1969.
An empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he
ain't
ever
singing.
did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke and it got a lot of laughs.
All right, so he's talking in a rhyming fashion over some music. 1969. White guy. Let's go to between the 1930s and 40s and 50s right here. This is, if you Google it, it'll come up in YouTube. First rap song.
Well, it's old.
Let's go to the part where he's rapping.
Well, it's old. Oh, no. Oh, no. My God's call on the wind and tide. Hey, children, stop, steal, and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that the aim was to send a man, and then he decided to destroy the land.
So, same thing, right? 1930s. Let's go farther. Let's go farther. Let's see here. I don't even know who this is, but apparently this is the 1930s. Yeah, it's corny. But are they not rhyming over music?
All laughed and hollered fake. Just then the waiter brought a steak. Send for our free booklet. Your best friends will not tell you so. You wonder why you lose your beau? If you would really like to know, send for our free booklet.
Listen. Hip-hop culture is African culture. But hip-hop culture bring other assets of different things into the culture and did their thing with it, you know, popularized it, you know, made it popular and and really married that particular, or whatever it is, right? Rapping, breakdancing, into their culture. And now it evolved. And now, I mean, you seen breakdancers nowadays? Oh, way better than they were back in the 80s when I was doing it. Yeah, I was doing it. So I've been hip hop since 83. I could say that because that's when I first started breakdancing and listening to rap music. So Rapper's Delight was something I knew. So if you was to put all the breakdancers in one room from along the history and one person won, it happened to be white, he could not be considered the greatest breakdancer. If we're going to get into sports is a simple one, right? Basketball, who do we consider the GOAT? Michael Jordan. Okay, let's talk about golf. By the way, Africans did not create basketball. Let's go to golf. Another one that's supposedly a white people created. So Tiger Woods is not even thought about as to be in the conversation of the GOAT of golf just because he's black. Let's think about that. Just because he's black and white people created golf, he's out of the conversation. That sounds kind of racist, doesn't it? Sounds really racist. That ain't right, and it don't make sense. All right? Tennis. Boxing. Out of all time, so if somebody starts boxing and holds the record for the longest time, blows everybody away, if they're white, no. What if they're black? I don't know who created boxing, but no matter if they're Chinese, because they're not the ones that actually was created by, they can't be in the conversation. That's stupid. That's stupid, man. It's ridiculous. I think this guy is monopolizing off this empowerment that he's coming across as doing, black empowerment. I can respect that because, man, it needs to, you know what? Nobody in this country, in the history of this country, has been through what black people have been through. But the way he talks sounds really freaking hypocritical. Because the same stuff that he's telling us what not to forget is what he's doing now, basically, with his words. Now, I don't ride along with all this bigotry because there's a lot of bigotry out there. And I don't think Eminem has ever called himself the GOAT. Okay? He's never called himself a GOAT. He makes a rap song calling himself a rap god. Come on, that's hip hop. It's competition. But it's up to his peers, really, is where he really respects their opinion about him at. To maybe put in the conversation up there with Jay-Z, Tupac. That's all he's saying. It's his fans, right? The stands they're coming hard, and hey, that's their opinion. But you're saying that they can't have that opinion because Eminem's not white. That's bullshit. That's ridiculous, man. Now, for me, who the GOAT is, there is no GOAT in hip hop for me. There's a bunch of GOATs, okay? And I have my list of my favorite rappers of all time. But if you want to go as far as figuring out what the GOAT is, by some kind of metric, then that metric should be records sold, streams nowadays, longevity. So Eminem's got to be in that talk, because Google it. So all that nonsense, that's got to go. That's got to go. And I know if he was just watch this, he said, look at this white boy trying to take over. It's like they always have. Listen. We ain't all born with silver spoons in our mouth, gold spoons in our mouth. We ain't all rich. We didn't all come from a rich family. Background to where people give us things whenever we need it. Some of us had some rough, tough lives. Poverty sees no color. All right? Poverty sees no color. Yeah, in this country, true. I think born with the lighter skin helps you, opens more opportunity for you. That's it. That's true. But poverty doesn't make, if you brought up in a world around you that is poverty, that's a poverty mindset. So you're not gonna listen. I always been the only white boy in the bunch, right? And I see racist, and I've seen it up front. I've seen a white cop call my friend, who happened to be black, the N-word right in front of me. So yeah, chills of coldness. Coldness is like, I've seen this, and I've been the wannabe, and I've been the outcast, and I've been talked about and not taken seriously just because the people I hung around and my interests. And I'm not with the bigotry, guys. There's so much bigotry going on in America right now. It's ridiculous. It's the same stuff that was going back when I was a kid growing up. Bigots, all right? Let me tell you what the typical bigot conversation is. All right? Back then, white guy, are you racist? No, I'm not racist. But there's a difference between a black guy and an inner. That's bigotry. That's what's going on today. Believe it or not, that's what's going on today. Shit hasn't changed. It's politics, right? Politics got everybody coming out the closet. Whether they know it or not, they're bigots. Right? That's why I don't follow politics. But I stay educated on it. So, just like in politics, I'm not left or right. I'm right in the middle. I'm with what is right. What is absolutely right. Just like how I treat family. I'm not going to have my family's back if they're wrong. I'm going to educate them and try to get them straight. But just because they're family, I'm not going to ride with that. Okay? So that's it, man, for this one. This guy right here is just, I think, getting clicks, and he'd probably try to monetize this too. But nothing original. Nothing original really what he's doing. Okay? And in a time to where we all need to be coming together, this world is crazy right now. You got people in there just want to divide us even more. It's ridiculous. Empowerment, it is huge. It is huge. But that's just ridiculous. Don't be a hypocrite. See you in the next one.